One of the issues that we have been working on and working with our mayors and working with our communities and our local health departments has to do with the homeless. And so I want to give a little report on that now. Every day we talk about the importance of social distancing. We talk about staying home, but there are people who may rely on homeless shelters or domestic shelters, and that is where they go. There are also people with developmental disabilities or severe and persistent mental illness who live in group homes. There are people living in recovery houses as well. As part of a strike force that we put together, we've created a homeless team dedicated to this specific work each day. For example, the CDC issued guidelines about homeless shelters and domestic violence shelters. While these documents are available to communities in Ohio now, our state homeless team is customizing those for Ohio's local use. We are grateful for groups such as the Coalition on Housing and Homelessness in Ohio, the Ohio chapter of the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and the Ohio Recovery Housing, who are all helping us work through what's needed on the front lines. The big challenge is still helping reduce the number of people in our homeless shelters. Shelters are not built, as you can imagine, for social distancing, and they present unique problems and challenges. Many communities are, in fact, finding alternatives to shelter or spreading out to other locations. We are asking all of our communities to include homeless shelters in your planning so that we can more quickly help support these Ohioans to meet the social distancing guidelines. The CDC guidelines and information about all these funding opportunities are on the coronas.ohio.gov website. The site will continue to be updated as this work progresses this week and into the future. Also, the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services has created an email address, and that is, and I'll read it, COVID-19 housing@ohio.mha.gov. I'll read it again. That's COVID-19 housing@ohio.mha.gov. If you or your organization have questions or concerns, that's a place to look. Let me again say that is the right address, COVID-19 housing@ohio.mha.gov. We've talked, Dr. Acton and I talked on the phone, and Lieutenant Governor, to the mayors of our major cities today, as we do every day, and exchanged, I think, some very good ideas in regard to homeless people and how we can best serve them and serve the community. So again, this is part of our efforts to continue to focus on social distancing.